In today's world, there's one financial revolution that everyone should be paying attention to. One asset that has already changed the way we think about money, and that has the power to make you rich: Bitcoin. Whether you're a seasoned investor, a millennial looking to secure your financial future, or someone who's just starting to explore the world of digital finance, Bitcoin is the opportunity you don't want to miss. Bitcoin wasn't always the powerhouse it is today. When it was first introduced in 2009, Bitcoin was worth less than a penny. But fast forward just over a decade, and Bitcoin has reached over $60,000 at its peak, and its trajectory is only getting steeper. Here's the most exciting part: Bitcoin could reach $180,000 by next year. That's right, $180,000 per Bitcoin. Sounds bold? Let's break it down and see why this is more than just wishful thinking.
The price of Bitcoin briefly hitting the $93,000 level before pulling back. It's up more than 150% this year. Let's talk about the crypto market and bring in Matthew Siegel, head of digital assets research at Van Eck. I thought, Matt, that it was definitely long in the tooth, this sort of mania. You say there's, at least for your work, that you don't necessarily see that yet in terms of whether it's totally overdone?
Joe, we think it's just getting started. As we expected, Bitcoin saw this high volatility pump after the election. We're now in blue sky territory, no technical resistance, and we think we're likely to make repeated all-time highs over the next 2 quarters. The same pattern played out 4 years ago. Between the election and the end of the year in 2020, Bitcoin doubled. There were about 10% corrections, so it's not going to be a straight line, but we're up 30% so far, and a number of indicators that we track are still flashing green for this rally to continue. This is a state change in terms of government support. Look at this cabinet: the VP, Attorney General, Director of Defense, National Security Advisor, possibly even the Secretary of Treasury being pro-Bitcoin. That's not including Elon and Vivek. So the number of calls that I'm getting inbound from investment advisors who are at 0 and looking to get to 1%, or at 1% and looking to get to 3%, these calls are starting to accelerate, and we think the flows are going to follow. So our price target for this cycle is 180K. We think we can reach that next year. That would be 1,000% return from the bottom to the peak this cycle. That's still the smallest Bitcoin cycle by far.
First, let's talk about Bitcoin's supply. Bitcoin is not like traditional money. It has a fixed supply. Only 21 million Bitcoins will ever be mined. This scarcity is key to understanding why Bitcoin's price could skyrocket in the coming months. Every 4 years, an event called the halving takes place, which reduces the reward miners receive for processing transactions by half. Historically, this has led to sharp increases in Bitcoin's price. Think about it. The more scarce something becomes, the more valuable it becomes. As the number of new Bitcoins entering circulation slows down, but demand continues to rise, prices are forced higher. This has happened twice before, and each time Bitcoin's value has surged to new all-time highs. Second, let's talk about adoption. Bitcoin is no longer just a niche asset for early adopters or crypto enthusiasts. Institutional investors, corporations, and even governments are increasingly turning to Bitcoin as part of their financial strategies. Major companies like Tesla, MicroStrategy, and Square have already added millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin to their balance sheets. They see the value in holding Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation, as well as an asset that could significantly appreciate over time. And it's not just companies. Billionaires like Elon Musk, Michael Saylor, and Jack Dorsey are doubling down on Bitcoin. These are the same individuals who've been right about many major tech trends over the years. When they speak, people listen. They believe in Bitcoin's long-term potential. Third, Bitcoin is becoming more than just an investment vehicle. It's becoming real money. More people are using Bitcoin for everyday transactions. Whether it's paying for goods, sending remittances across borders, or investing in decentralized finance, DeFi projects, Bitcoin is being integrated into the global economy. In fact, Bitcoin is becoming the digital gold of the modern age. Just as people once used gold to store and preserve wealth in times of economic uncertainty, Bitcoin is now seen as a safe haven asset, and it's growing rapidly in adoption across the world. Now, let's get to the big question. Why $180,000? It's all about the supply and demand dynamics, the continued institutional adoption, and the ongoing macroeconomic trends. Inflation is rampant in many global economies, and people are looking for alternative stores of value. Bitcoin is the answer. As more and more investors and institutions pile into Bitcoin, the demand continues to rise, while the supply stays fixed. This is a classic setup for incredible price appreciation. With the halving event behind us, institutional money flowing in, and more people adopting Bitcoin every day, $180,000 per Bitcoin is not just possible, it's highly probable. Imagine having bought Bitcoin just a few years ago when it was trading at $10,000 or even $1,000. Imagine being in early. That's the opportunity we're facing today. Bitcoin is the chance to secure your financial freedom, and it's an opportunity that's knocking right now. Bitcoin isn't just an investment, it's a movement. It's a movement toward financial freedom, toward empowerment, and toward a future where you control your wealth. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't let fear or uncertainty stop you from taking action. Buy Bitcoin now, secure your future, and as the world continues to change, watch your wealth grow. Bitcoin, the future is here.